Hello OG, I'm Chris and this is my wife Clarisse. Dito tayo ngayon sa ANGAT, Bulacan. And welcome to Casa Ka Mari. Tara, pasok tayo.
It's a project of friends. I mean, this farm stay, it's not, we don't expect it to make us all billionaires, right? It's really a happy project. It's a project that we're aiming to help people. We're aiming to spend time with our friends and our family and our guests. And every partner that we brought into this brings something into the table. Our friends who we invested with.
They're our closest friends.
They're our closest friends from high school, from college. And even them, like they share the same values with us in terms of spending time with their family, watching our kids grow up and like run outside and enjoy nature and the fresh air. So it's very personal to us. And not to mention, you know, my dad was the one who brought us to this property, and he's concerned about the philanthropy, the revival of this whole area to make it a thriving, you know, not only a resort or farm estate, but also business for the locators in this area. So all of those values went into us doing this project together. So I think for me, it's very personal, and it's also our first major project together.
Hello, I'm Chris Tiu. I'm an entrepreneur and a former professional and national athlete for basketball. A dad and a husband. Husband.
I'm Clarisse Tiu. I'm a mom, a wife, and also I run our family business.
Yeah, this came about just after the pandemic. No, my father-in-law, her dad, invited me over here in ANGAT, Bulacan, in this community. And Barangay Encanto is the name of this area. And we came across this property, which was a wellness spa. It was called IASIS Wellness Holistic Center then. And at that time, during the pandemic, of course, there's no operations. It was built 5 years prior, more or less. And we found out that the prior owners, did not want to continue the business anymore. So, we studied it, and then I thought, hey, Cla and I have always wanted to have a farm rest house away from the city, in the midst of nature, and together with our friends. Our closest friends, they're also our inspiration in pursuing this project, and of course the community, because the community nearby or around us was also looking for some kind of revival or energy in the area. So we said, hey, I think the location is perfect. It fits the elements that we wanted in a rest house. You have the view of the Sierra Madre. You have the vast farmlands just behind the property. So we did it. We acquired the property around the time of the pandemic, and then we renovated it. So it's very different from what it used to.
Nung pumunta sila dito, they were trying to revive the area, because the community here was a very lively, exciting business incubator. Aside from that, we also have another neighbor who is very much entrenched in science and technology, organic farming. So I think not just the business incubations that happened here, but also the organic farm that is next to us. So this whole area, we were looking to revive it post-pandemic. So when he came here, it was a business. He brought some, business associates, trying to see if there's a business case here. And initially, I think they didn't identify this structure as for sale. They just wanted to do something in the community. And then when they came about this structure, they said, parang we can do something here. And like Chris said, he was inspired by the landscape. And the house did not look anything like this in the beginning. And so when he brought me here, I thought, it's one of his crazy ideas again. So, I wasn't sure, but I came. And when I came, I got such a great energy from the space. So the house in itself it wasn't nice. It's not as nice as it is now. We really had to upgrade it a lot to the standard that we wanted to offer to our friends and our family and, of course, the future guests. But when I came here, the energy was really good. I think the fact that it was a holistic wellness center before, parang nag-contribute yan to how, I felt so peaceful here. Like you came in and even if the walls were green and yellow and the wood was dark wood, there was a sense of peace here. And I think that's what inspired us to do something with it and share it. And of course, aside from that, it was also to help uplift this whole area. When it came to design naman, we worked with CA
Design. Carla and Alex.
So CA Design. And we wanted to keep the traditional elements of the house. So you can see that, the furniture that was used is like mostly Philippine made. We have Finlocks. We have the furniture that was left here, like traditional linen cabinets, traditional armchairs, the kapis and walnut wood was used. So it's really all those traditional aspects of classic Filipino design is there. We tried to retain that, but having also the modern comforts that our family would enjoy. So I think also the contemporary art that we have here is a reflection of a good mix of the traditional and the contemporary. So there's a lot of stories behind every piece of art here. It's very well curated by our partner, Andrew Borlongan. So I think there's more stories we can tell about that. But in general, the rooms and the design is a mix of classic Filipino and contemporary comfort.
The name naman Casa Ka Mari, the name Casa Ka Mari came from Mari is the name of our daughter, our second daughter. Her name is Mari, and the Ka is actually a way of how Filipinos in the provinces and the farms address, fellow neighbors, fellow farmers. Ka Ernie, Ka Mario, Ka. It's a polite way of addressing your neighbors in the farms in the provinces. So we put it together. The Casa, of course, it means house. Casa Ka Mari. So that's how it came about. So the property where the house and the pool and the garden, the main area is sitting on, it's about 4,000 square meters. Then there's a farm area that's about 7,000 square meters. So all in all, it's about 1.1 hectares. The footprint of the house, the main house, and the restaurants and the function room is about 700 square meters. But since it's 2 floors, the floor area is close to 1,000 square meters. Before we enter the main lobby, meron tayong porte-cochere. We also have enough parking spaces to accommodate the cars in case we're having a full house. So this is the reception/welcome area, and then maybe Clark can tell us about some of the pieces here in the lobby.
Yeah, so actually, this is a very personal space to us because, although we've designed it to be the entrance or the welcome space for all of our friends, family, and guests, we actually used our personal items dito. So, makita mo itong buffet table na to ay Philux that was designed actually by the both of us in a collaboration with them for a special project. And, we no better home for it than here in Casa Ka Mari.
Used to be in our place.
Yeah, this used to actually be our own home. The armchair that you see here and the sort of display cabinet were original to this property. So it came with the property. And if you see like the details on it, they're very traditional Filipino. So we decided to keep them in the space to preserve that classic Filipino design. But at the same time, there's the modernity of the new pieces that we've brought in. And as here, our check-in area, it was designed by our architect, CA Design.
Alex and Carla.
Alex and Carla. And I think it's also a good mix. As you can see, it's very angular, symmetric, and even the lamps that were chosen was a mix of the contemporary in this space. Also featuring some very beautiful contemporary artwork that Andrew will talk about later.
Yeah. So this is the passageway going to the dining area. Meron tayong his and hers common toilets that leads into the dining space. So yung ating all-day dining, so it's very nicely lit, very a lot of green pa rin to make you feel like you're still, you know, in the midst of nature, even if you're inside. We have the bar here. This is the buffet area, and as you can see, the menu is handwritten, very personally done by our resident manager and chef.
This is the area where most of our guests and family and friends have their meals, and it features like a green wall, also our contemporary artists again. It also leads to the lounge.
To the lounge area.
Let's go to the lounge.
This is one of her favorite spaces, and I love it too. Why?
If you come into this space, immediately you see this high ceiling and a lot of natural light, big, almost floor-to-ceiling windows. We also have a lanai set here. You have the high tables for people who just want to work or enjoy the view of the Sierra Madre. You can see the full view of the pool area and cabana from
the horses and the carabaos there.
Yeah, and this is where we like to enjoy breakfast. Actually, all meals, but more so our meals during the day, because you can really enjoy the greenery outside.
You can see there's a wooden ceiling finish to make it still feel very nature feel. When we notice whenever we come here with the kids, we love hanging out here. The kids love hanging out here and playing board games. So dito nagtatawanan, nagsisigawan. Dito sa area na to, may video rin tayo here. Pero temporary lang ito because I plan to put my piano here in this area so we have nice live music that the guests can enjoy playing, because I love music, so it just brings a lot of good vibes and memories when you hear musical instruments playing.
I think one funny thing about this place is that ito actually one of our biggest challenges in designing the space, because initially I think there was a lot of opinions, the designers or between the two of us, to put kind of a screen here that had hanging plants. And I think that was one of our real design challenges here, whether to do that or not. And eventually we decided to keep the height, and I think we made a good decision.
Yeah, feels very spacious, and there's a lot of natural light, and you can see the greens, unobstructed greens from the outside when you're in this room. So it's good. Meron tayong kitchen. We have a full-on kitchen with a chef. So when you come to Casa Ka Mari, you don't have to worry about preparing your meals or bringing, doing the grocery and what to cook, because we have, you can order here, but also we encourage to pre-order. We have a chef that can make fantastic Filipino dishes, and more.
For your whole group.
Yeah, for the whole group, for your whole family. Yeah, we also have a bartender, and he makes fantastic welcome drinks and cocktails. So you can enjoy that during the course of your stay in Casa Ka Mari. Alright, so now let's go up to the studio wing. Meron tayong tatlong rooms doon. Room 201, 202, and 203.
Okay, so here upstairs we have 3 rooms in the studio wing.
Yes.
So they're meant to be family rooms, so they're all sharing rooms. 201. We also have our massage room or spa room. So welcome to room 203 in the studio wing. This is one of our biggest rooms, biggest family rooms. So there are 2 queen-sized beds and 1 single bed, but you have the option also to add in an extra bed. I would say that you can fit probably 6 adults comfortably in this room. So what's nice about this room, as you can see, is that it has a high ceiling and a very big bay windows. One thing to note, so there's a lot of natural light that comes in, and one thing to note is when we designed these spaces, we wanted to put the focus also on the making the room very calm and conducive for rest, but at the same time having the focus on the landscape as well. So the artwork that we chose for this space is prints curated in Copenhagen, and they're very neutral. They bring about a feeling of like peace and oneness with nature. So you can see that it's featured on our walls. In all the rooms, actually, we curated the pieces one by one for the comfort of our guests here. So as you can see,
Floors.
Yeah.
Right, Kent floors. These are SPC wooden planks from Kent Floors. They supply their floors throughout the property.
Yeah, so as you can see, it can fit. It's very generous, and it has its own toilet and bath. We also have
The azotea
the azotea loft, which is our biggest room as well. It can fit up to 8 adults, and with extra beds as well. So that's also one of the biggest rooms that we have.
So now let's go to the Pasilio wing. As you can see, we have the Capiz doors, which are actually the original doors, which we kept. We just repainted this to achieve the shade that we wanted. So this corridor leads to 8 bedrooms.
Room 105 is our favorite room as a family to go to.
So you can see there are 2 queen-size beds, and our kids love to sleep with us. And so we tend to put this together, so it's one big bed and all 4 of us can fit.
It feels like you're really one with nature, and yet you have all these very comfy beds to sleep in, and a nice, comfortable bathroom. So again, we curated the paintings or the prints here. I got them from a good friend of mine, whom.ph. They're curated and printed in Denmark.
And we have
Clothing
racks.
rack.
Yeah, to save on space, so we don't have no fixed built-in structures to maximize the space.
Yeah. And we wanted to make it the most minimalist that we could. So it's well appointed. You have everything you need, but it's just the bare minimum so that you can appreciate really the farm life. Our Pasilio wing also fits 13 packs in total. But there are a variety of rooms good for a single, a couple, or even triple sharing. So actually, it's very versatile in terms of the groups that we can host here at Casa Ka Mari.
Okay, so this is what sets our house apart, because we also have a function hall that is very suitable and perfect for group events, for company, team building, strategic plannings, and other group activities. So right now, it's set up as a private dining, but you can set it up as a function hall space, like a classroom style setup. We have the whiteboards, we have the projector screens for presentations, for speakers, facilitators. You see, it's a lot of glass and with amazing views of greens on both sides.
So actually, this function hall, I think it boasts of, it's the only function hall that has this sort of view of the Sierra Madre. And, it can be used as how it's set up now, which is like a dining area. But most of the time when groups come here, it's either classroom style, conference style, or, even set up as a play area for the kids. So when we come here, our kids are, running around here. They set up tents and lots of play for the kids to do. And then aside from that, it flows into the cabana area and the pool area as well.
Okay, nandito na tayo ngayon sa garden area, one of my favorite spots. See, this is the pool I was talking about earlier with the cabana, with the view of the Sierra Madre and the vast farmlands where you have carabaos, horses, goats, and all these animals grazing around. And as you can see, yung pool natin, shape niya is not your typical na square or rectangle. Medyo irregular shape siya, para very natural, as if you're like in a pond na nasa labas ka lang na nagsuswimming, diba? So, and then, nga pala yung tiles natin, we use sukabumi tiles dito sa pool. I like how it's very light and, you can really see through it. Napaka-clear. Meron tayong deck where you can hang out, of course, and enjoy the sun, enjoy the views and the fresh air. That's why I love it here. It's a perfect area para mag-picnic yung mga bisita natin, and our families love hanging out doon banda. Maganda mag-picnic, to enjoy the sunset with some cocktails, happy hour. We also have interesting plants here, no? Meron tayong dito, yung white rowellias. Sa ngayon, they're shedding kasi hapon. What's very interesting about the white rowellias, very not uncommon ito dito. Sa umaga sila talaga nagbo-bloom, punong-puno yan, lahat yan puti. And then in the afternoon or towards the end of the day, they'll shed. Tapos bukas, bo-bloom na naman yan, all white. And then meron din tayong mga elephant ears, Manila palms that are still young, bago pa lang. Hopefully in a few years, they'll be lush and big na to provide shading. Also meron tayong mga African talisay, monstera. Also further there at the back, nandyan yung ating future farm development. Right now, we have a temporary working farm. So we also have a greenhouse here para sa mga herbs naman, and we have a pond. We also have a backyard tilapia fish pond where we are growing red tilapia, not just for the guests but also for the community, and with excess we'll sell elsewhere. So there naman sa tilapia pond natin, we want to showcase na pwedeng mag-grow ng backyard aquaculture pond with the right knowledge, with the right technology. Napakasimple lang niya. Proper filtration system, proper feeding ng feeds, and the aeration for oxygenation, and then they grow fast, and you can harvest them and actually monetize them eventually. All right, earlier I mentioned about my best friend, Andrew Borlongan. Here he's with us now. Si Borly, as we call him, who is responsible for the beautiful artworks, which is really one of the highlights of Casa Ka Mari, personally curated.
So our main thrust for our Philippine contemporary art collection here in Casa Ka Mari is basically nation building, love for our brothers and sisters in the community, and also highlighting Filipino talent. So this is an artwork by Jonathan Hoven. Early part in his life, he started out scavenging trash. And to make a livelihood, he was somewhat a garbage collector in one of our landfills in the country. And through one of the programs of Maestro Fernando Sena, he was, and some art patrons, he was able to finish scholarship in UP Diliman for fine arts. So I mentioned a while ago our love for our brothers and sisters in the community. I think this work really exemplifies that. If you notice also his drawing of this chair, of this work entitled Trono, it's actually on architectural plans. No? So as you can see, nation building, it always goes back to thinking of wanting to build something for the community, inspire young children, whether it's through art or through hard work. We are now at the dining area, and here's a work by one of my favorite contemporary artists, Jan Balkin. The title of the work is A Landscape You Aren't Supposed to See. It was a photo she took of a very beautiful landscape that she saw while she was traveling abroad, but she deliberately covered it with stock photos of different plants from the internet. She felt really emotional doing this work because she felt that beautiful sights and sounds nowadays are only afforded by people with means. So I think it's a very strong message that we should make appreciation and travel more accessible to everyone in society.
So I think what makes our property unique is that, you know, it's a casa, it's a house. So it's a farm stay with all the modern comforts. It's somewhere that you can come with your family. You can bring your whole angkan, and you don't have to worry about, you know, beddings, food, you know, F&B, even services. So it's somewhere where you can really enjoy as a whole family. But also one thing notable is that we have a function room. It's good for, you know, high school reunions, small family reunions, and also team buildings, a property where managers can, or even business owners can come, unplug from the city, become inspired. So it has all the comforts of the home and the benefits, or the, you know, the landscape around it, and yet it's very homey and has all of the amenities that you need. Lots of challenges.
Well, for one, this was a renovation. You know, renovations are harder to build than doing something from greenfield or from ground up, because you're working with what's already there, you know, and you have to work with your desires and wishes in accordance to, you know, managing costs. Do we tear this down? Do we make it again? Or do we play around with what's already there? There's a lack of as-built plans, so, you know, you never really know till you open things up what the real state of the structure is. The challenges with the piping, you know, we thought it was all good, and then there were leaks, and then you have to fix it up again. Even the electrical system we had to upgrade. Madaming issues. That's why it took longer than we had hoped, you know, for, you know, to finish and to start it. But, you know, it's, again, I think it's about enjoying the process. Ganun naman talaga when you're building something. It's never perfect and how you want it to be in terms of timeline. There will always be, you know, adjustments, you know, along the way. And I think it also tested how we work together.
I'm completely satisfied with the facelift and actually the overhaul of some of the you know, systems that Chris was mentioning. So I think it makes the property a lot stronger, safer, and we wanted it, of course, to be that way for our guests and our family. So overall, despite the challenges in the renovations, I think now it's in a very good state, and all the challenges were worth it, right?
Yeah, I think it also made us stronger as a couple, Nax. You know, we were able to really learn to work together, you know.
Over budget lang.
Understand, yeah, over budget. Pero ganun naman. Like, understand, you know, how she thinks. I think it also allowed us to understand and accept each other's strengths, each other's views and decisions based on different perspectives. So. So my advice, I guess, is if you have opportunities and desires to pursue such dreams, start planning and start doing it early, because time goes by fast. If you have an instinct, an urge, you know, save up and then do it. You know, this is, at the end of the day, it's real estate, diba? These are investments. Again, money is secondary, but the memories, yan yung intangible, yan yung hindi nabibili ng pera.
Yeah, ako, I would say I really agree na Chris really pushed for this project to happen. So yung just do it, like if you have that dream to do it, that you have to plan for it and you have to do it. And without him, I don't think this project would have been possible, because he really made it happen despite all the odds. But for me, what I would say is for people who want to invest in their own property, like for me, it's always about the energy and how you feel when you're there. Like, I think a lot of people are looking at so many properties. Do I invest in this? Is this my dream home? Is this my dream rest house? And yung first priority, at least for me, was how do I feel when I come into this space, this area, this landscape? Like, is it a good feeling, or do you get are you on the fence about it? So the first thing would be, if you feel like it's a good space, then do it. And if you're on the fence about it, then there's always a reason why. And also, like when you're building, I think it's important to mix the practical and the aesthetic. Kasi a lot of people nadadala sa aesthetic, dapat ganito yung design, ganito yung kulay, ganon. But at the end of the day, it has to work for your family. It has to work for the purpose. So, the way that you design this foyer affects how people feel when they enter your home and when they're about to leave. There's a place for them to sit. They can enjoy like the natural sunlight and everything. So I think how the space is made will dictate how people live and move in it. So that's really important to note also when planning your space. So for me, Casa Ka Mari is a really great blend of like practicality as well as, all those things that we wanted for making memories now with our friends and family, and obviously opening it up to people who want to enjoy Casa Ka Mari.
Want to share your house and get featured? Email us at stories.onlygood@gmail.com and tell us about your interesting home story. For more videos like this, subscribe to OG and be part of the community.